Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy.
Hello, baby. Call me Irma Cotton with a je ne sais quoi. You say you need a little of my ooh-la-la. I know you get lonely in your Canada bed. But say no more, baby, I'll be running everywhere. Say no more, more now more.
Nope. You stop this right now.
What?
This is the captain. We have a little problem with our entry sequence, so we may experience some slight turbulence and then explode.
There is no spoon?
Why a spoon?
Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more.
Welcome to the party, pal!
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
I haven't heard
Typhus?
from her a while. Yes.
Thank God. Take me, Paul.
There's like an old lady that was a customer at Tom Adams, and I've never seen her, but over the phone she sounds just like Krang. She's like, I'm getting windows. It's the greatest, and I'm like, but like nobody I work with is like anywhere around my age, so I'm like, no one knows Krang, and I'm so sad.
I need windows, Saki!
He didn't do that in the movie at all. He was a completely different actor.
What was he even like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did that, but he didn't do that or anything like that. Nothing. Other than his look and that suit, like they modernized it. Other than that, nothing.
Honestly, they should have kept that one dude as Shredder. The guy I really liked who in the first one.
The business guy. Yeah, they were gonna make him the Shredder, but
everyone's like, no, it has to be Japanese, and then we're like, well, good, you fucked it up for everybody because he's awesome. He's such a good actor. Even in shitty movies, like that Drive Angry?
Yeah, I liked him in that. He was a Grim Reaper or whatever you wanted to call him.
He was Anubis.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he was Anubis. That's essentially what he was. They even said it. It's like Anubis. But that coin thing that he just kept changing it into different shit.
I like that movie. I can't say I hate it.
It's one of those movies. Yeah, like I watch it just because it's hilarious.
Yeah. It's not taking itself seriously, and I forget her name. You know, the one that was getting Mike Tyson by Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah,
Amber Heard. That's it.
Yeah,
she's not bad on the ass. To either sex, because she's a lesbian.
She's bi.
Well, yeah, now that she's with Johnny, so it's all a matter of timing.
Not anymore. Well, maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't. Because they're too busy fucking up Australia's ecosystem. Bring my dogs. Alright, we ready for this shit?
Let's do it.
Let's start in a couple... What time? Yeah, 30 seconds. Come on, 3.
Brr. Brr, brr, brr,
Did I feed you this morning?
30 seconds.
Those are
Nice
just
knowing
clean
you.
bowls.
Oh, shit. I might have not fed her this morning. It was a bad morning.
Was the inspection this morning?
No, it was just I couldn't get anything right. I forgot to put on my glasses. That's how bad. I drove halfway down the street and then realized I wasn't wearing my glasses and had to drive back.
I've done that.
Kind of thing. Dropped this in a sink full of water.
No.
Then then forgot my lunch. Then dropped some of my snacks for my lunch in a bowl that had what it was.
No.
The whole morning was just no. And then traffic. But that's all. Yes.
Where do you work?
What's the place called? JK Group.
Where is it?
Plainsboro, New Jersey. Yeah, hour commute.
Nope.
On a good day. Tomorrow I have to go to Totowa, New Jersey, because that's where our data center is to do server work. And that's 2 hours from here. But that I get reimbursed for mileage. So, to go there and back, I get 120 just in mileage, which is nice. No,
That's not bad.
70, because I can't add. Alright. Hello and welcome to Somebody Told Me to Watch This, a movie podcast for those in fear of credibility. If this is your first time with us, I'd like to say welcome. If you're coming back, I'd like to say thank you. But as always, if you learned anything from us, it was purely accidental. I'll be your manager on duty today, Mike D. And we have the one who always knocks after closing. And we have the one who knocks after closing, Angela S. No, I got your name completely wrong.
My name is Angela. I'm fancy now.
Angie. It's Angie. Today we're going to live a day in the lives of 90s teenagers in the movie Empire Records. Let's see if we would close the store or continue sticking it to the man. I'd like to start off, first time seeing it, and your overall impression of the movie. How did it make you feel? Rick, let's go to you first.
I enjoy this movie a lot. The first time I saw it, I didn't quite understand it because it was a long time ago. But every sequential time I watch it, it keeps getting better for me because it's just you start picking out things that are more funny. And even today, I didn't even notice, but there were a couple scenes because I usually watch it on TV that were not in there because I watched it pulled from the internet. And there are a lot of scenes that are just different and completely taken out on TV. So I thought that was hilarious. But I love that. I love this movie. I'll keep watching it until tape wears out.
And you, Angie?
Well, the first time I saw it, I was I don't know, I was probably 11 at a sleepover, and I did not understand it.
Good age for it.
Because I'm okay, these are teenagers, I don't understand. And then I became a teenager, and I really still didn't understand. But I've always liked it, but acknowledged that it wasn't a great film. But it's likable, I think.
I will be devil advocate, and I hated this movie. I have seen bits and pieces of this movie. It's my first time seeing it all the way through. I've seen maybe clips. But overall, sadly, I really didn't like this movie. I hate these people. And I hate everything they stand for.
I think you have to have seen it young to not hate them. Because you're just I grew up with them now. But yeah, as a 30-year-old human being, I'm now wow, everyone sucks.
I'm I side with the manager and the man, the business guy in this. I side with the suit.
Even today when I was just watching it, I turned to Angie and I was Lucas is a sociopath.
They're all Mark is a sociopath, and at the end of this movie, in 5 years, he's going to kill everyone that works there.
Probably. I think the one that I never understood was Bardo. Whatever the
one that I never think about.
He always has a guitar.
Yeah, he just I never understood what his character is. Birdo or
Burko. Yes.
I've never. He comes out of a row of porta potties. I think they are. I don't know what it is.
He's just there, and he
doesn't. I think he lives there
in the porta potty.
Yeah, I think it's a row of them that he turned into a house.
I didn't understand. I literally timed it. He does not show up and actually have a speaking line. No one acknowledges him till 50 minutes into the movie. And he is a main character.
Yeah.
Same with there's a stoner guy. I forget his name.
The one that works at the pizza place next door.
Yeah, who makes all the hash brownies.
Yeah.
He's a main character too.
Yeah.
And he shows up at an hour.
And I don't know his name. I still don't remember his name, and I've seen it a bunch of times.
Just call him Johnny.
Walt. Walt's his name.
Walt.
I wrote it down. Walt is only defining character. He's a pothead. That's it. And he likes records.
Everyone.
He's giving everybody his mixtape too. If you notice, he's like handing out mixtapes and talking about his like mixtape all throughout the movie.
It's all classical music, hard rock, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, oh, not just this one note guy. He likes the classics. I'm surprised. But let's start. Let's dissect these, lack of a better word, people up a little bit. Lucas, the dark art student of the film, black turtleneck. Whoa, doing a whole Ferris Bueller's Day Off kind of thing, talking to you directly.
I think he's one of my least favorite characters of this, and he's supposed to be the one you're supposed to like.
I hated him.
I hated him too. I've always disliked Lucas just because I'm like, you're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. And the entire time he's just like, well, you're not going to cover for me? Like, you're like you're not going to take the fall for this? Why not? Like, and I'm just like, you're a sociopath. You're insane.
You are mentally unstable, commits grand theft.
Yes.
On a whim. Because he didn't want to bang a MILF? What happened with that? This is the beginning of the movie.
He saw that it was gonna become Music Town, so he was trying to like win more money so it wouldn't have to. Essentially, he was trying to help Empire Records because that's his place and his life, I guess.
Yeah,
but like then he was just like, yeah, I can get more.
Yeah, even with that, he doesn't ask questions about it. All he sees is a Music Town thing. He sees like a lease or something, not signed or anything, and he jumps to the conclusion that they're gonna sell the Empire Records, and that's what starts it all off.
Because he's a teenager.
And
he speaks like he's pompous jackass.
A weird teenager.
Ferris Bueller with a psychopath.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he is a teenager or if he's like...
He's 21. They state that so it's okay for him to gamble.
Yeah, and I was like, he's 21. He puts $9,000 down.
$9,104.
$9,104 and gets $18,208 and lets it ride. And you just hate him throughout the rest of the movie.
And then the movie got off to I know it's a little nitpick at that gambling table. He loses it all, and the guy next to him's like, huh, you lost $9,000. I was like, no, he lost $18,000. Don't try and cover for him.
And the woman's like, you used to be cute. I was like, you're a whore.
Yeah, all these people are disgusting. Like, the first woman we see just wants to cheat on her husband.
Yeah.
And making him 21 years old, I think, takes away any kind of innocence from him, because he's old enough to know better at this point.
Oh, yeah. 18, you're old enough to know better than that.
Yeah, he's 21, and he works there. No responsibility, no parents, no nothing. That we can see, along with everybody else.
It's just like the only person who has like a parent is Corey. She has a dad. Everybody else is just, I assume, orphans.
Yes.
They're just all orphans.
Joe took them all from the orphanage to work at his store.
Like, AJ lives there, I guess? He's like, oh, Mitch is up in my rent. I'm like, why does AJ live there?
AJ lives there right outside.
Somebody lives in porta potties.
Yeah, like the dude lives in the porta potties.
Yeah, AJ's the artist. And
artist.
Yes. Very loose.
I glue quarters to the eye of art.
He doesn't need to explain his art to you, Rick.
Literally, he says that.
Yeah. That's why I said it.
It's terrible.
And I mean, how is it art? He takes money that's obviously not his, and he glues it to the floor of a place he doesn't own, he doesn't do anything.
You could have probably changed that out and given it to Joe.
Yeah, he needs the money.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joe is the manager of all these kids, and he's the most likable character to me.
Definitely. I was just about to say, he's the most likable character of the whole movie, because he's probably the most real out of all of them.
Well, except for this kid stole $10,000. I'm not gonna call the cops on him, but somebody stole 5 CDs. Lock that little bastard up.
Because he doesn't know that fucker, but he knows, he knows Lucas, and he's like, I don't want to turn him in, because I
He doesn't want to ruin his life.
He originally trusted him to close the store. Like, they're probably close.
Oh
and
my
now
God.
he's like, why?
Like, if he lost it on, like, a bad deal or got mugged or anything other than gambling it away on a random, like a random wave of inspiration, you could have felt for Lucas more. Instead, he gambles. If he got mugged, or if somebody said he was going to change it out and get him more money to save the store, anything would have made Lucas better. Maybe if he died, I'd have more sympathy. Or Joe kill him.
Yeah. Just the whole interaction between Joe and Lucas is just, you sit there and you, like, when you're younger, you're like, Lucas is just like, he's sticking it to him, he's being a jerk. Now you're like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
And when you grow older, you just sit there and you go, fuck, if that were my kid, I'd backhand the shit out of him until he stopped breathing.
And with that, Lucas' whole thing is like, stick it to the man. The man about the suit, which I'm maybe skipping ahead a little bit. The suit is the bad guy who, not even really a bad guy in this movie. No. He just owns the Empire Records, and Joe, for all accounts, he's going to let Joe partner with him buy the store. Mm-hmm. So this bad guy is not bad at all. Everything he does, even at the end, the resolution after they get back $9,000 from a random concert, which we'll get into.
Yes.
Like, even at that point, he's okay with it. And it's like, yeah, I'll sell you the store cheap. So this bad guy has done nothing wrong, and yet we're supposed to be all right when Joe's like, asshole. I'm like, this guy has done nothing bad except wanting to turn in a kid who stole $9,000.
Yes.
Not even a kid, a 21-year-old legal adult.
Yes.
And then we have all the drama that surrounds them from a nice list of characters, including Mark. What is Mark's deal?
Mark is... I admit that I do know a person that, like, he's Mark. He's just, like... He's, like, just a goofy stoner all the time. Like, so... I believe the character. I'm like, he's real. It's unfortunate, but he's real.
No.
But Mark is nice and just really, really high.
Is he nice? Because he committed sexual assault when he kissed the girl's feet.
True.
Who is barefoot for some reason.
Why is she barefoot?
I don't know.
In the middle, like, everybody in this everybody in Empire
Is this
Records.
in California?
No, because...
It's in, like, small town middle of America.
Well, no, it's... You can drive a motorcycle to Atlantic City in a night.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
I
realize
thought
that.
it was Atlantic City.
They probably are...
Jersey.
Probably Jersey.
No, because she, what's her face? Rex Manning, who's, like, another evil guy that's not really evil.
Oh, no, he's a dick.
Dude.
Is he?
Oh, no, he is.
Yes.
We will talk about that, but I'll tell you exactly why.
Like, with Jan, his manager states at one point, you're really big in Middle America. So that means they're in Middle America. How the hell did he get to Atlantic City now that you're pointing that out? In less than 8 hours?
I'm guessing Middle America includes, like, I don't know.
We're in Pennsylvania. That would have to be Middle America.
I mean, I'm trying to think of where you could get, like, in a night to go to...
Atlantic City.
And come back in the morning.
On a motorcycle.
That would have to be in, like, Pennsylvania as far as you could be. Maybe
Are
Delaware if you're pushing it.
Lancaster?
It doesn't make sense because they say it's in the middle of the country.
I think we can just say that was just a bad writing choice. They probably
a plot
just
hole,
mean,
if
like,
you will.
Yes. Suburban somewhere. East Coast.
But within night driving distance there and back of Atlantic City.
Yeah. Delaware or Jersey, I'm going to say. Maybe Maryland.
And he... Oh, God. And Mark, what does he... Like, they treat Mark like an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a bitch boy at
he doesn't
so to speak.
do much of anything. Nobody there works.
Yes.
First of all.
And Mark does nothing to deserve it. Like, he's listening to music.
He's dusting and creeping on customers.
Yes.
Yeah, that whole scene was super
90s,
uncomfortable.
With the dancer.
In the 90s, you were like, "Aw, that's cute."
That's endearing. But, like, at the beginning, he gets his choice of music. He puts on a CD that Liv Tyler, Corey, is enjoying. She's singing along. And then AJ takes it, who's supposed to be our hero, takes it out and is like, I'm vetoing this crap. Apparently you're the only one that doesn't like this. And then he burns it with a lighter so he can't play it again.
Yep.
And he does not pay for it at all.
No.
He gets no comeuppance. Mark doesn't get anything. Even though Mark's treated like shit through the entire movie, he's the one that still just saves everyone by running and broadcasting they're going to have a random concert there tonight. I feel bad for Mark, but he should be locked up.
Mark is one of those people, like, again, back then you'd be like, oh, he's a little scamp, and now you're just like, holy crap.
But his friends treat him like shit.
Because all he is a stoner to them.
Yeah, I mean, he
They're
doesn't,
just like,
again,
he's
he
so
do
high.
He doesn't do anything. He mops, he sweeps, he dusts, and he creeps on customers.
He works on the cash. He's the cashier, and at one point, jumping ahead a little bit again, when they're having that funeral party, like, he's at the register alone. There's a huge line. He's like, help, help, help. And then AJ leaves to take over the register, but then Mark just walks right back, leaving one person at the register, giving no help whatsoever.
Because I think
that irritated me because I worked in retail and I wanted to kill them all.
I also think that he's incompetent with that kind of stuff. I think they shouldn't have put him on register because he doesn't know how to do it.
He's like, I can't count.
1, 2, where's my joint?
Oh my god, he's just... But he's almost as... he's probably my favorite, maybe, out of the rest of them. Like, let's get into Liv Tyler, Corey, our stereotypical heroine for the film, who wants to bang a middle-aged... a middle-aged pop singer.
Who is aging.
Yes.
Singer.
But he has great abs, I saw in the one scene. I was like, wow, grind meat on that shit. But what is the, like, she's just like, I'm gonna, just picks a random guy and is like, that's the one, right there, gonna lose it. And that's her only defining feature in this film. That she wants to just lose it.
And that she's smart and going to Harvard.
Okay.
And that in order to keep up her grades for her dad, she has to do speed.
Yeah, that's like, whoa.
It's really hardcore.
Was this before Saved by the Bell? Or I know it was after Saved by the Bell.
It was after.
This is.
Are you so excited?
This is Jesse territory all over again.
But now, like, if you think of it now, it's like she'd be on Adderall and just be fine. Yeah. She's the norm. But literally, speed. And that comes out of nowhere in this film. Just to keep her grades so she can't just study like a normal person. What the hell does she need the speed for?
Because that is her time turner. She's Hermione Granger on speed.
But it doesn't show, like, she comes in early to work on her stuff at the store. So why does she need speed to work on it late at night if she's just doing it? Can she not do it normal? What the hell is the point of that?
If you notice in the scene when she's getting in the car, she goes, how did you get that much time to do that? That's why. Because she's up all night because she's on speed.
She's up all night to do homework.
Yeah, but no class gives that much homework where you need speed.
It's because she has to get into Harvard, and that's apparently what you need.
Or her dad will beat her? Is that what I was supposed to assume?
He'll be disappointed.
And was that her sister that randomly showed up in the store?
Yes. So.
Was she a completely different ethnicity to anyone else? I was like, who is that?
I was like, huh. Yeah, I didn't notice that until this time. I didn't even remember her having a sister until this time when I watched it. I was like, oh.
Well, she's in one scene and they never mention her again. It's like she could have just had that letter sent to the store and just cut out the sister completely.
Because they all live there anyway.
Yeah.
But she needed speed also to be okay. After she gets rejected by Rex, she has to take speed to cope with it?
She's an addict.
Yeah, she became the addict, and that's the big thing.
Oh. And then over a strong addiction in one All you need to do is get your head dunked while your friend pisses in a toilet behind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of her friend, Gina.
Ugh.
Renee Zellweger. Before her face went all Picasso.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at her now, she's... I can't even recognize... Between this and... Wow.
Yeah. Everybody always made fun of her squinty eyes. I don't know whether she got plastic surgery or not, but it's everyone's fault. They drove her to that.
Leave Renee alone.
I thought she was perfect. I thought she looked fine in this movie. She has the hugest lips in this movie, though.
Yeah.
Bigger
Like,
than Liv
wow.
Tyler's,
Yes.
and she's the spawn of Steven.
And she is your stereotypical slut for the movie.
Yes.
But what's her... This is one of the things I started to see at this point when I saw all these people toward the end. None of these people get comeuppance, and they all get rewarded for everything they do.
Yeah.
There is no consequences for anyone in this movie.
Nope.
And we're supposed... And Lucas treats it like, yep, this is how the real world works.
Well...
It was... Oh my god. And see, we can't even see anything about Gina, Renee Zellweger. There's nothing else to her character but slut.
Yeah.
She's jealous.
And she's jealous.
She's jealous because she's not smart like Corey. You can see when she gets into Harvard, she's like, good job! And she's like, you can tell she's not happy for
I thought
her.
it was because they were going to split up.
Well, they were going to split, but she's just the slut.
I'll be my mother.
She knows she's not going anywhere, and Corey's leaving her behind and doing good things. So yeah, her defining characteristics are being slutty and being jealous.
Like, they don't
being
even
a superb singer.
Yeah. But what? Like, they didn't show anything about her character. Like, did she try to be smart and just failed? Did she, like, is she failing out? Did she not get in her own college? Why doesn't she just go to a college near Harvard so they can be next to each other like AJ and Corey do at the end? Like, we show nothing except that she fucks everyone.
Yep.
I don't think college is in her future.
But there's many boys in college that she could go after.
I don't think she's smart enough for college.
Oh my god.
She's a community college girl.
That's still a college.
Anything, but it's
don't
it's
mock my degree.
No, I mean it's fine. But it's the mid-90s, and I don't think everybody was going to college.
Even that, just stay at the record store, because apparently that's paradise.
Apparently. But you don't have to
get
do
in trouble
shit.
for anything.
Nope. Grand Theft
Unless
Auto.
you don't work there.
Grand Theft Auto, armed robbery, hostage taking.
You work here, we're going to cover for you.
Oh my god. All right. Maybe let's skip. Let's go to Rex, since they have so much to do with Gina. Rex. Alright, you stated that he's kind of an asshole, especially to Corey.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think.
This is the part that we didn't see when it was on TV, which is the part where she takes off her shirt and she's like, and then before he says rock and roll, he says, I hope you like blue cheese. That was
insinuating he was going to pour it on his dick.
Yes.
And we were like, interesting. That is what we hadn't seen before. We were
I wrote that down.
Blue cheese.
And then when she gets all like, and then leaves, he goes rock and roll and just goes into the salad. Like nothing happened.
But that's what, like, I don't see that as an asshole move, because he literally could have just said nothing and taken a 17-year-old, which is statutory, but, like...
But it's the 90s.
But literally, in any other perverted movie where he would be the absolute pervert, he would be like, he wouldn't say a word, he would just go into it for, like, she gets cold feet, and then he would force himself onto her, and then you'd get something like that. But in this, he's like, are you sure? He's actually asked, are you sure? And then I thought the dressing was like, all right, I'm going to prove that she wants nothing to do with this and she's not ready. I'm going to ask for something crazy. And that's what I thought it was. Like, he's actually talking her out of it, because he could have just said nothing and had it. Without a word, nothing. But instead, he makes out this crazy demand. and she just backs out of it because she's not ready for it. So I didn't see that as a bad thing. I was like, oh, this is not where I was thinking. He actually talked her out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, if seeing him a couple times in this movie, you realize he's just full of himself and he's a pompous asshole.
I think he's just not into her because he still has sex with another teenager.
Yeah, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah,
but
that's I don't know. She didn't say it was her first time though. I don't think.
She was like, I can tell what boys are wearing. The underwear scene, it's like I can tell just by looking at them.
Well, no, I mean, Liv Tyler, Corey, she's just like, I'm old enough, like.
Yeah, but he could tell that she was nowhere near because she was nervous and shaking.
You could just sense that hymen.
What is he, a wolf?
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he was going to deny Renee Zellweger as well, Gina. I thought he was going to deny that, but then he does a 180 and is like, okay, let's do it.
That's why I think it's not like the same with the Tyler. I think he's just a dick. And he was just doing it just to be like,
I think
well,
he
fuck
just felt
Let's do
like
this.
eating at that point.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, okay.
I had this ranch dressing. Like, she would have caught him at a different time. Would he have been like, I hope you like the taste of lint?
I would.
Just like rub that on.
Oh, God, he's in like the washroom and he's like, bleach? Do you like Clorox?
Luckily, it was blue cheese because that vinaigrette dressing could have burned.
I would completely agree if he didn't add the line, are you sure about this?
Yeah.
When he used that question, I was like, oh, he's actually a good guy.
Sort of. It's more of just like him just being like I think he was actually trying to just push her out because he wanted to eat. And at that point, he was just like, are you sure about this? Because I'm kind of like in the middle of eating my lunch here. And I think he was
treating her as
I
nothing.
think he was just like, well, you gotta do it while I eat.
Yeah.
So
and I think that's
here.
exactly. He didn't move. He didn't do anything. He just like unzipped and was just like, well, let's get this over with because I got things to do. I think he was just like tossing her away.
I see. That is quite fascinating.
But I do. My favorite Rex Manning part is when he asks the girl if her mother still has her own teeth.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Does she still have her own teeth? Never mind. It's such a weird line.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I was like, what the hell,
I think
Rex?
because he was just like, oh, it's only old people that like me now. Well, how old is she?
But Liv Tyler's 17. Like, that fills his criteria. Why doesn't he go for it?
Because he's hungry.
But that would be such a boost to his ego. It was so weird.
Well, I mean, it's one of two things. Either A, she went with it and he got a blue cheese blowjob, or B, he eats a salad. So he's not losing in any way, shape, or form. He's hungry, he gets food, or he gets a blue cheese blowjob.
But I am still like 100% certain that he'd have the salad plate on her head.
Yes.
And just be like, yes, awesome day. This makes up for the whole thing.
Don't worry, we get revenge for this scene because AJ attacks him for not sleeping with his love.
Yes.
What the fuck?
How dare he?
How dare he? How dare he not give me sloppy seconds? What? I didn't understand that either. Like,
how
she's
dare he turn
freaked out.
down the beautiful Corey?
Yeah. I was like, why are you beating him up? He refused it. He didn't take advantage of her. He took advantage of Zellweger, but that's definitely not what AJ was going after.
Well,
again,
he didn't refuse it. He was just like, okay, cheese, and I mean, Corey was like, oh my god.
He's making. That's why she felt probably so bad because
she
he was like,
cheap now.
Yeah, like he was cheapening it, which is why he went after Renee Zellweger because she's easy.
See, I thought it was not because she was easy. She was experienced with it. She knew exactly what she wanted. And I was like, oh, Rex only goes after girls who know what they want.
Who are still underage, probably because she's supposed to be 17 too.
I think we're giving this character more depth than he's.
But that's
than anything in the movie has.
That's the weird part about this movie. I'm just like, what?
I think you want to be like, well, maybe they have it, and we're like, no, they're a cartoon.
Okay, let's get more into AJ. How many people are in love with someone without having any type of dating whatsoever? Like, they didn't even go out on a date. And he's like, I love this girl more than life.
Me in high school. I was always like that.
Just with your coworkers and you were secretly in love with them?
Yeah, none of my crushes knew I liked them. I was just like, we're just gonna stay friends.
They're just brothers. I love you like a brother. When that line came out, I was like, oh my god. I've had that so many times.
Forever alone.
But he has so many quirks. He's an artist, which I thought Lucas would be the artist, but he's not. This kid's the artist. And Lucas is just a sociopath.
Lucas is a con artist.
Who makes everybody feel bad.
Yeah. I stole 9,000 of your dollars. How dare you?
Yeah. You're not going to protect me? What's AJ's thing besides he loves Corey and art? He has quirks like out the burns that CD, that asshole. He is an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Well,
and he disappears halfway through the film.
He has a magical shirt that disappears when it's in the foreground and reappears in the long
I saw
shots
that editing.
during the dance sequence. That's amazing. He's a magician.
Oh, the dance sequence with Deb?
Yes, what was that?
Yeah, did you see they were making out during
Yeah, it was weird.
And we never talk about it.
Nope.
No.
I thought that was going to be the rebound. Like, he would go to Deb, and that would, because Corey rejected him, and then him and Deb would go somewhere. But, like, it looks like it. They're making out during that one of 7 montages. And, like, they don't bring it up. They don't say anything. He has no shirt on at the end of it. And I was like, are they just going to do it in the middle of the store?
Yes.
That's the customer service I expect from Empire Records.
That is how you roll there.
Because there was 2 people in one of the montages just fucking in one of the booths.
Yeah, and
Joe. That was my favorite part of the movie. I liked Joe in this movie, and that was the only part that made me laugh. And Joe had so many... Like, I liked Joe. He was trying to do the right thing, but he had anger issues. He had 2 divorces.
I love how... No, 1 divorce and
the other by
gunpoint.
He was the only guy I liked in this whole thing. He's covering for the kids, all of it.
I love how when he gets super pissed, he just turns on AC/DC and just blasts the drums.
But then they do the horrible thing where they take the intercom, turn it on, and put it on his door. That sounds terrible. But crystal clear music in that entire place through a 90s wired phone system. But it is crystal clear.
Every 5 seconds, someone puts on something really loud.
Oh, God,
like, they're just like, loud music would go great with this scene. Again.
I wrote all the montages down. Let me see. We had the montage when he was drumming, when the Rex planning, when they're building the store up to May. We have the opening of the shop when they're all dusting. We have the shoplifter chase scene, which is all cut together. We had the photo shoot thief save?
When they're taking the pictures of
Warren
Beatty with the
yeah.
And then Rex is there like posing with it. That was great.
There's also the montage at the end, the big montage. The montage is this is almost a 2-hour movie.
Yes.
Yeah. 30 minutes of montage.
Like, why is this so long?
I got halfway through. I was like, there's only 50 minutes. And that's when Burko showed up. I wrote it 50 minutes in, and his only defined characteristic, he has a guitar. And he has it in every scene.
And something happened between him and Deb.
We have no idea what. The film never tells us. Did they date? Are they brother and sister? What?
That would be weird. Don't touch me.
Like, what makes she pissed? We never learn why.
It's not him, though. That is all we know.
I'm wondering if it was like some weird kind of like sexual thing, and she just like kind of snapped, and
we have no idea.
But the only reason why she would go that far off the deep end.
Yeah, we never learned why she went like.
We know her mom's not in the picture.
Well, she said to Burko, just another thing to make me feel shitty. And I was just like...
I think she has a lot going on.
And I think... I'm wondering what he did to push her that far to have to change her appearance, to have to, not hide from him behind that record case.
We never know. They never explain it.
Maybe it's his hair. Maybe that's a new fixture, and she's like, that horrible hair. I have to shave my whole head to compensate for what he has done. It looks like a wig. Like, that wig he keeps
I think
wearing.
he wouldn't take off the guitar no matter what. They're making love in the backseat. He has his guitar on. He's taking a shower. He has the guitar on. He's driving dangerously with the guitar on. I mean, my God. And, they're like, she's like, here's $1,800. I was like, how'd she get that? Oh, I sold my moped. You have a moped?
Okay. She comes in with a little helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I didn't even notice that.
I drive a moped helmet.
Oh, my God.
I wish when she shaved her head that she had just kept it with the side shaved, because I was like, that's really cute.
Yeah.
And then she just kept going, and I was like, oh.
No, with her.
She doesn't look bad with a shaved head, though.
No,
she doesn't, but she looked really cool with
full hair.
Yeah. That's very grungy. I like that.
Yeah.
But with her, let's go into Deb. First off, they belittle suicide by when she finally breaks down at that grave party they have. She's just like, I did it for attention. I was like, oh my God. You literally, you're just going to way to belittle people who attempt suicide. I was like,
She was always a big ball of just like...
But she had the most
cringe.
depth out of
She
every...
did.
But it was taken in the wrong way. There was parts of her where she was nice to Corey after she overdoses on speed. And, freaks out in front of customers. No reprimand. She just dunks her head, takes a piss while... Deb takes a piss while after... I was like, why did you add that? She could have just been smoking in there, and that would have been good. No, she has to piss.
It's a level of intimacy. They've reached a level of intimacy. She can pee around you. She's comfortable.
And with that scene,
like, oh.
I thought that also insinuated she's like, I know what to do. Is she a drug addict as well?
I think she's probably around a lot of drug addicts.
Yeah.
What I always noticed in that scene...
Burko.
...is that Deb never wipes.
Oh, God,
Deb
she doesn't.
does not wipe afterward. I'm like... just dripped right dry. I noticed it as a kid. I was like, ew. I like drinking
clean up
there.
after you tinkle.
But just gives it a couple shakes and it's good.
She has and she, even with that, we find out, just like I stated before, that she wants attention, but everybody pays attention to her. Everybody knows her. Everybody asks what's wrong. Even Joe, she knows how to do tax returns for some odd reason. And Joe's like, cool.
You're doing a good job. Oh, I feel better.
Yeah.
Maybe
I was like, okay.
From her family, maybe?
And that's the movie's, shortcoming. It's like, she could have just smiled and, would have been like, oh, she liked that comment. But no, she has to literally state how she's feeling. And I was just like, oh, wow. And, she's trusted at the store. She's trusted by Joe. She's liked by AJ. She has a lot of attention. Except from, I guess it's whatever Burko did. In 2 hours, they couldn't, throw in a line that, they were dating and then he broke up with her or something along those lines. It's just, she's just completely random.
She couldn't deal with his porta potty house.
It's like, no more of this. I hate that you moved into porta potties.
Even with that shaved head scene, I'm like, if you save that for after, the grave party, we could see that as, a physical change. She's now accepting and she doesn't care how she looks. She knows she's accepted. And that could have been, a little step, character development. But since she does it right at the beginning, we're just like, oh, she's changing. No, she's the exact same person according to everybody. Yeah. And it means nothing at that point.
It's so they can throw in the Sinead Rebellion.
Yeah. I was like, it was all for that, wasn't it?
Shock me with that deviant behavior. Which is a terrible lie.
The whole interaction between Joe and her, I could just see it in Joe's face the entire time, which is like, what are you going to fix me, Joe? And, he keeps asking her, and he keeps come on, I'm here to help. And she's just like, I was just waiting for him to just go, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. And just walk away.
I wish he did. He had that a couple times where sadly he does it more than once in the film where he's like, all right, you're on music codes people now. He does it 3 times where he freaks out. And also they wrecked a scene with Lucas. Because Joe's like, you have to stay on that couch. And he's supposed to be there the entire day. And even throughout, you see that he's carrying a cushion around, like as a joke that he's staying on the... But, like, 2 scenes into that, when Deb comes in, shaves her head, comes out, he leaves the couch. I was like, what? Why didn't he try and, like, hug her and still have, like, his foot on the couch or something like that to add a little levity to that scene? But no, he just breaks that, and all of a sudden it loses all its, all its gravity. Because he's, like, carrying around a cushion, you're like, how funny, but no, we've already seen another scene that he just doesn't care, and he gets up anyway.
Oh, he also got up during the whole drum scene, too. Sitting there singing, like...
And then there's the one scene where, not at the beginning, but halfway through, Joe's starting to get more and more pissed. He takes him in the room and beats the crap out of him. They should have shown that. Yeah. They censored that, but peeing without wiping. No, you can see that, but not striking this 21-year-old.
I would have loved to see what was going on between, like, just hitting him with the drumsticks and just...
And he's even sitting there like, why'd you do that, Joe? You son of a bitch, Lucas. He is the Lucas from the Power Glove. Yeah, like, if he grew up and became moody, this is what he resorts to.
He's so bad.
There's so many other people. What we have, Walt, we talked about him a little bit, the pothead who's just there, and likes Deb, we find out in the movie. They had an interaction when Deb comes up and's looking at CDs, show me the scar, and you can tell he likes her. Nothing comes of that whatsoever in any way or shape or form.
He's too high to do anything.
Burko does nothing. There's no resolution to that at all. And then we have Mitch, the man, who is the evil heavy of this film, but does nothing that makes him evil.
Well, it's because he doesn't like music and he'd rather the store be the bidet store like it used to be. But his dad was
but he's more than willing to... Even at the beginning, it's insinuated that he's more than willing to sell it to Joe, if Joe has enough money.
Yeah.
So there is no conflict between Joe. Only conflict is between him and Lucas. Yeah. Lucas fucks it all up at the beginning. And then at the end, when he's the only one working there, because they still work there, yet they abandoned all their posts, don't get fired or anything. Mitch doesn't even yell at them for throwing the concert and shit. He doesn't. Doesn't press charges after he finds out that they lost the $9,000. He gets it back. Mitch is not a bad guy, but they treat him as one because he wears a suit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason.
Because damn the man. They see Lucas said it like 8 billion times in this movie.
I think you have to just kind of consider how awful teenagers are. Yes. I think of myself as a teen and I'm like, God damn, I was terrible. I thought I was one of the better teenagers, but I was awful just like everybody.
Yeah, this made me look back and realize I hated myself back then. People are like, high school is my best time of my life. I was like, I'm never going back. No.
I had a great time because I was a douche. I was loud. I was always just jumping on things.
If I died when I was 17, I would have went straight to hell.
Oh, Ricky Donato, we've been expecting you. Table over here.
You have the express elevator. They just cut the cables when you died. And you came straight down. I also looked at the cover for this. There's a dog on the cover.
What?
There's a dog on the cover with headphones. And I was like, when did that happen in the movie? It never does. He's just... I thought it was a mascot or something, like you would see throughout the film. No, right in the foreground. It's not like a tiny thing in the background. Right in the ground, in front of everyone, there's a dog with headphones on. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Does it happen during the fundraising?
I remember other dogs, but not this dog.
I mean,
that's weird.
Even if it did, that's the last 20, like maybe 10 minutes of the movie, and you're gonna put that on the cover.
Maybe that was like a different dog that they like had and didn't put in the movie, and they were like, whatever.
Maybe it's in a deleted scene.
In the director's cut, that's 3 hours long. We learned everything we wanted to learn, but they had to cut it all, save the montages. There's still more characters. What about Warren Beatty, the shoplifting kid, who is a bastard like the rest of them?
I hate him so much. That's the thing, though. Like, in the context of all these people, Warren makes them all look kind of okay because they're not Warren. Warren's like, yeah, then you kick his head in.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, why is he so violent? talent.
He's an Xbox Live kid before it was around.
He didn't have anything to do with his energy, so he just went to steal CDs.
And I guess it was a cry for help since he was stealing random stuff, but that kid never breaks down. Ever. Well, we learn later that they have him arrested because he stole $75 worth of items. The monster. And the cops are taking him away as a shoplifter. Then he comes back with a gun that has blanks in it. Where the hell did he get that? Okay.
A theater shop.
His dad's in the theater. But he holds the place. No one knows it's a fake. He starts shooting up the place. And they're like, we'll cover for him still. And Joe asks the cop, like, what are they going to do to him? Well, he's a juvie. There was no blanks in it. So we really can't do anything to him. I was like, what? What?
Remember, this is from the 90s. If this happened today, that kid would be on death row right now.
Yeah, if he had, like, in this movie, if he had, like, a gram of pot, he would have had more jail time than hostage-taking, assault with a deadly weapon, and there's nothing we can do. And he's out literally, like, 3 hours later and back at the store for a third time after doing that.
And gets a job.
Yeah. They give him a job.
Hire him.
I mean, honestly, he's just as deranged as the rest of them, so he's fits right in.
Louder.
There's going to be a ritualistic suicide at this place in a couple of years. Headed by Mark. Yes. Probably with a Gwar soundtrack on.
The Gwar sequence is so strange. Like,
I don't know what it symbolizes.
I think it's just like most of the movie. I'm watching it today and I was like, nothing really has much of a purpose. It's just like people doing stuff the whole time.
And Gwar kill him.
Yes.
And I was like, okay.
That's how high he is.
And like, he has the whole thing where he's supposed to, like, I want to start a band. He never does in the movie. I thought he'd get up there and play with them, but no, it's saved for Gina, Renee Zellweger, who's like, at the last 15 minutes of the movie, I always wanted to be a singer. It's like, what? Mark, from the beginning, we established he wanted to be part of a band. Here's his chance. No, Mark is ridiculed and hated throughout the entire movie.
Because Mark is content with where he is. And
no, he's not. I thought that's what the Gwar thing was. Like, Mark, you gotta start a band. Kind of thing.
It's like, okay, well, but like, I think he thinks, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and like, I think Mark is a hopeful character, and Gina is a hopeless character.
But Gina's the one who gets lifted up at the end,
right,
even though
Mark
did everything. Mark was a perfect guy throughout the entire, except for the foot thing.
You have to.
Not only just the foot thing, but he leaned in to kiss her, and she hit him. Yeah. If she didn't hit him,
that's
he would have
sexual assault.
But that would have been 2 counts of sexual assault.
He would have got arrested for sexual assault. Renee Zellweger would have been a sexual deviant because she showed up with, like, just in that apron to, like, a minor. So she would have been arrested.
And Rex Manning would have been for statutory.
Sweet statutory. But she's 21, because we can just say that.
Well, no, she would be the same age as Corey, because they're friends.
Yeah, I'm
so
guessing.
She would have been 17.
It was just...
It's weird.
Are they 17?
Yes.
Corey said she's 17.
Okay, I don't remember.
I was like, wow, that's young. So that's even more middle America. Unless you want to go to the age of consent, which is 16 in Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And 14 in New York.
And then we have even more people in this movie. It's like we're 50 minutes into this, and I'm still introducing characters.
Yeah.
Jane, who is Rex Manning's producer, manager. And she just, like, has one talk with Joe, and she's like, I quit. I'm just going to quit. And she walks out. Oh, my God. Joe is the only character who's like, I can't quit. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to try and make everything... Everybody else is just like, fuck it. I don't care. And then everything works out for them.
Because everyone else is young.
Not
Jane.
Jane.
But she's not old either.
And her best management skill in the movie is shown off when they're like $10 to get in. She just writes 20. That's the extent of her management skills. That's all they showed us about her managing. And then, let's go into the last party. And even then, it's another thing where they have consequences. How did those little kids get all that alcohol, no permits to sell that alcohol, selling it to minors. The cops are around, no consequences. They close off the street for no reason, no consequences for anything in this movie, for anything they do.
Well,
I'm wondering if it's like a really, really small town, and it's just like one of those things where, like, we close off this street, there's not anybody going to be coming anyway.
Except the town has like 700 people like that show up at the end.
Because that's the whole town. Like, you 700 people, that's just it. Like, it's like a block party, but that's the whole town.
Oh, God damn. You were saying something?
I'm trying to consider where it is, too. Like, when did the drinking age change in New Jersey? It was 18 for a long time. It was 18 or 19.
18? I don't know.
Because I
thought that was in the 80s that stopped.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought
mean,
21 was universal at this point.
I think...
Well, except Europe.
It could have been.
And
just,
other places
I remember...
like
I think I remember in Say Anything, which came out in like 88 or 89. They were in Jersey and they could drink. Like, it was okay. I don't know.
Yeah, with quick math, to make $9,000 on $20 a pop, there has to be 450 people there, at least.
Minus
to make 9,000.
Minus 1,800.
Minus 1,800. Oh, yeah, that's true. So there has to be like 300 people, all paying $20 to just get in the store, not to listen, and then they're selling beer illegally. Why? How did they buy the beer? How did anybody do anything in this film? It's just magic, and everything works out no matter how much of a bastard you are.
By the way, Lucas, the whole chase scene between Lucas, and Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
How he just drops down on him, and then he runs through the store, and Lucas literally watches him for a good minute, and then casually strolls around the store. He didn't have enough time to stroll around the store.
He's magic.
He had the power of editing on his side, where he ran up to the roof, climbed down, and then just showed up after knowing exactly what... If the kid went left instead of right at the beginning, Lucas would have had nothing.
Right.
Couldn't he feel for the kid and be like, I'll let you go. I just stole $9,000. I'll let you steal 75. In for a penny, in for a pound. Shit.
Nope.
And did you like Renee Zellweger singing? How was she?
Oh, just an angel. That just drank.
Angel on broken wings.
I like it better than the way she talked.
Yeah.
I hate the rhythm. The rhythm of her speech. I'm trying to think of what I would compare it to.
So are you a Bridget Jones type of person?
I like the Bridget Jones movies, but... Or the first... No, I enjoyed the second one when I saw it when I was really tired.
Well, there's another one coming out.
I'll probably see it when it comes on cable, but... Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. I just want one of those in there. That's where he goes. He grows up and becomes Mark.
Yeah, that's Lucas becomes Tommy Wiseau, and then does an art project. I can completely believe that. Oh my God, we've just broken the code. No. God, I don't think... Is there anything else anybody's got? Like, I'm finally through all the people. I'm pretty sure I'm skipping a couple. Like the weird chick who goes up to Rex Manning and just starts singing. I was like, what is this? What rabbit hole did I fall into?
And you see his face where he's just like, okay. Fine.
Continue. Oh my God.
Bye. You were my favorite singer in high school. Who's your favorite singer now?
It's still you.
It's still you. just have him just like...
I like his shiny shirt.
I hope he got Renee Zellweger pregnant. Because she can dance like nobody's been. When she's up there dancing and she's just stomping her foot like down, and that's the extent
I thought she was having a seizure.
I thought she saw a bug or a dead rat and was just squishing it. Oh my God, so awkward.
She's got that like shaky hand thing where she's like, oh, I'm so nervous. And it's just like, oh, and then she opens her mouth and it's just a mixture of like sandpaper and children's tears. It's
God.
the worst.
I don't hate her voice.
I hated her voice.
It's just odd. The whole movie is really odd.
Oh God, it was terrible.
It was poetry.
And the rooftop with like Corey and AJ.
Oh God, I forgot about that. With Corey goes up there halfway through the movie and doesn't come down. He's terrible at that.
But like Corey and AJ on the roof, and then it's like, oh, and now they're together, and they have this stupid Gin Blossom song that's not about like it's about you might be cheating on me, but I'm gonna just try to ignore it until I hear from you. I'm like, this song doesn't make sense.
And then there was that, I missed that montage where it's at the end and they're all dancing on the roof. That's another montage. So I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 montages.
Yeah,
That's even...
got that stupid song.
Like,
the
music
accordion.
didn't match the situations. None of it.
It was weird. It kind of just cuts into it, too. Like, it's... I don't know. Just, it's... As many songs as they can jam into this film, that is what is in there.
It's like somebody... This film was made by, like somebody in their 30s trying to relate to teenagers then, but only having the experience of when he was a teenager. Or she. So it's just completely off base. And just... Oh, boy. All right. How much do you think this movie made in theaters? It surprised me how much it made.
I mean, it's a teen movie, so it could have brought in a lot.
How much do you think?
20 mil.
All right. Angie?
I don't
Just
know.
throw out a number.
Well, I'm not good with inflation or anything. Or numbers, or... I'm an art student.
How about $10?
Well, it made more than 10.
All right.
$1.
I think you could
Not
buy.
Price is Right.
I think you could buy a great deal of penny candies with the amount of money this movie made. But
Just throw out a number. Throw out 1 million, 2 million, 7 million. What's your favorite number? We'll go with that.
39.
I like it. 39 million. $275,000 according to Box Office Mojo. It made nothing. Nothing. I think this movie was a wide release. I thought it was. Because I remember hearing about it when I was a kid, but it made nothing.
It's become a cult following now.
Yeah, definitely.
By psychopaths named Mark.
Go around handing people DVDs.
This movie has
Oh
a
my God.
really low score on Rotten Tomatoes for the critics and a really high
score.
like, yeah, it's got like 80% for fans.
Because I think people just smoked pot and just watched this movie. Like, the only person I sympathized with was Joe. And
Again, I think that's
it's-
more of where we are now.
But even those kids, I tried to put myself, like, I tried to cope with. I was like, no. Lucas talking to the camera was, to me, I felt it was very pretentious. Like, I saw Ferris Bueller, let me put this in a movie. And
Speaking of talking to the camera, did anybody
there was
else...
no lesson he was telling. Like, Ferris Bueller was like, live life now. And
I hated Ferris Bueller.
I fucking hate
he's an asshole.
I hate Ferris Bueller.
I liked Cameron. I hated Ferris.
Ferris was a
even
terrible
as a
friend.
teenager,
Yeah, he was.
As a teenager, I was like, "Fuck Ferris! What a dick!"
Yeah, he treats him like shit. He abuses him. He gets the car wrecked, and
Doesn't apologize. Doesn't do anything
Yeah.
to deal with Cameron. And Cameron just goes, you know what? I'll take the fall for it because
he has Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
But like, I think what makes, I don't know. I guess like in high school, I enjoyed Lucas, but I think Lucas seemed more like one of my crowd, whereas Ferris was that douche kid that everyone liked, and I'm like, Lucas, that's my friend.
Lucas
The
is like,
lamer crowd.
yeah, he's the one who has to hang out with teenagers because no one at his own age would ever deal with any of his shit. Like, even some, like, the kids are not likable. Like, the only person...
They all have problems because they're teenagers.
But
Teens have problems.
oh God! But these problems were like not handled in any realistic way whatsoever. Even as a teenager, you'd be like, okay, I'm doing it for attention. Like, what?
They never admitted to it, but you knew which ones were. Which I always felt like they had the worst problems, though, because I'm like, ooh, something's really wrong there. So, I don't know. I think Deb is just, like, her whole thing is just, it's just a really vague, like, mental illness and bad home. Like, that is what she represents.
Yeah, she's one thing. They're all teen stereotypes to the nth degree.
Exactly.
Except for Lucas, he's just an asshole.
He's not a
some
teen.
weird guy.
I know, he's 21. He should be an alcoholic somewhere.
The other thing is, did anyone else get the idea that the director really liked Mark's face because it was always like zoomed in on his face, yelling?
Ethan Embry is a treasure.
He's a national treasure. He should. Oh my god!
Screeches, I don't know. That was like my favorite.
Oh god! And it was like the framing of his face was terrible, and like cutting off half his forehead, and he always had that goofy look. I was just, this is terrible.
The charming boy with that smile that
Making out with that Madonna painting outside.
he's just real horny.
Sure is.
Yeah,
He kissed that foot and he had to get it out.
And even if he's a pot smoker, which he is way too energetic and not laid back at all.
No, I think those were not hash brownies. They were Coke brownies.
They had to have been. But
It's my own special recipe. You ate way too much.
Oh god. Extra sugar. I was like, oh, he's sugar.
Sugar is cocaine.
Sugar high.
Oh,
Sugar is cocaine.
High, like the song.
Look at that, but I wouldn't think he's on cocaine. This kid has a problem then.
Yeah.
And that's even worse that no one addresses it.
Yeah, no, that kid definitely has a problem.
I think just the person who made this movie hasn't done any drugs. I think they're like, I think it's like this.
But you know who did? Burko, whatever his name is. I think he is Scott Weiland in person. Like,
Oh god.
just-
yeah.
In real life, Coyote Shivers, which is what he goes by, is he was married to the one chick from, I guess, NCIS with
Abby.
the dark hair.
Oh really?
And they're divorced. She has a restraining order. He's a stalker.
You mean in the show?
No, in real life.
in real
I
life.
saw an episode where it was like that. Her ex and she had a restraining order.
That seems
Or
really
imitates
terrible.
life, I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, that would be a good storyline. Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah, in real life, Coyote Shivers is a weirdo, apparently.
Oh my
I guess her
god.
name's like Polly Paulette or something like that.
Something like that.
Oh my god.
She is allergic to hair dye now. She had a very bad reaction.
Oh. All right. Is there anything else? All right, just to slip that in. Next time you're at bar trivia, you just
Did you know? It was recent.
Who on NCIS as allergic to hair dye? Thank God we listened to somebody made
that won us the round. Now pick your novelty item.
I want the squeak toy.
Is there anything else anybody has about this movie? Like, what? Let me ask this. For you two, you kind of like it a little bit more every time. What is endearing about the movie that draws you in, that, like, kind of gives you an extra oomph every time you watch it?
It's a guilty pleasure. I think it's one of those things
I don't
where,
think
again,
there is anything as a guilty pleasure.
No, I mean...
It gives you pleasure. But is it really that guilty?
Well, because it's a terrible movie, and we know it's a terrible movie.
I think a lot of it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think we grew up on it.
For what? Nostalgia for the movie itself, the songs, the actors.
I think it's the movie itself. I think it's more of just
something you grew up on. You know, now as an adult, I'm like, this is highly flawed. This is like something I would have made in high school. Like, or just like nothing made sense.
And again, like back then, you know, you think like Lucas is so cool, you know, he's sitting back and he's just like, I don't care, I'm gonna let this ride by. And then now, like as an adult, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole.
As a teenage girl, I thought AJ was just the best, and as an adult, I'm like, he's lame, and I think I only liked his hair.
Everybody had great hair, I'll give it that.
Yes.
Except for Mark. Mark's left out. Everybody had this nice flowing hair. Even Joe was
Walt had
perfect.
like... Walt's hair was like fried. Like
Yeah.
something had gone wrong with like a straightening iron.
Joe was Scott Stapp from Creed.
He was. With arms wide open.
Is he also is Creed is he from Australia
No,
too?
he's from
He's from
here.
here. He has that weird kind of twang to him, so I never know. But yeah, Joe's from Australia,
Yeah,
and he
the
does the
little
best
pie,
Rhode
yeah.
Island accent ever. If you notice.
Like, but even with movies back then, there was movies back then that were teen movies that were perfectly fine. that are a lot better than this.
Well, yeah.
Hell, even My Boyfriend's Back was better than this.
I didn't see that.
I did not see that.
The dead boyfriend comes back as a zombie and they start dating.
God.
It is. I rented that. I was like, I had a stepsister who rented that, and we watched it. I was like, okay, and I thought that was a better movie than this.
It's.
I can't.
Like those teen movies, there's good ones back there. Even like 40 Days, 40 Nights. God, anything with Josh Hartnett back then.
Well, that's a little bit later. I don't know. This is 1995. So
I thought this was 1999.
No, it's 95.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So
It's because even on the it'll show you on the Rex Manning video. It says copyright 1995.
I see.
yeah. So when this movie came out, I was like 9. So, like, I mean, to me, it was just like, okay, that's how teenagers are. And I grew up and I was like, yes.
I was
this is how
12.
we are.
I wasn't a teen at this point, and like, oh no.
But yeah, so
This
like
movie.
I don't know. I didn't know people that were teenagers
But
in
there's
95. I was like, maybe they were like that. Maybe it was
There's
all like
so
this.
much better movies that do the same thing as this, just a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where like, yeah, I think
It's just one of those that you grew up on it, and that's what anchors you to it.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's the teen movie for like, I feel like it wasn't as big for like, I don't know, the jocks and the cheerleaders, but like.
Oh, this was aimed at the alt crowd.
Yeah, the alt crowd, and that's what we were, and we were just like, yeah, that was our movie. That's what everybody was watching, who wasn't just watching Nightmare Before Christmas over and over again, because everybody always goes like, we love it, all of the goth kids, and we're like,
I hate that movie. I'm sorry, I don't care.
That's for people who say they're goth, but not goth in the least. You like, that's your favorite movie.
I hate that movie.
I do not mind it.
There's
mind
so
it,
many
not
parts of
my
that
favorite.
movie where I'm just sitting there going,
Honestly, I like that. I love the style of that. Corpse Bride, the pseudo sequel. I did not like that film. I thought it was very boring.
It's that whole genre. I'm not into. And
You're not into Tim Burton, basically.
Oh no, I like Tim Burton. I liked the original Batmans. The first two,
like that one too.
They were fantastic. I'm not downing Tim Burton. I just don't like. I liked 9. That
I did not see that.
9 was good. I don't even know if that was Tim Burton, but it's that kind of style that he does.
I think he was a producer on it.
Yeah, like I don't like the claymation kind of like going around thing like that. I was very bored in that movie. I didn't understand it, and I've watched it like in the past 2-3 years, and I was just like, okay. I just never got into it.
Like Tim Burton, he literally it's called a Tim Burton style now. That like kind of off the edgy sides and everything.
And I love Beetlejuice.
Yes, that's actually very good.
I love Beetlejuice.
Ed Wood is actually his best movie.
That's my favorite one. I was just gonna say, I'm like, but actually, my favorite is Ed Wood, which doesn't
that's
really
very
have,
endearing.
Like,
Johnny Depp is great in it. It's like, oh. But then you have something like, I'm not a fan of Alice in Wonderland.
No.
Yeah, that's
Edward Scissorhands was actually still good. I did watch that.
I rewatched it a little bit ago, and I was like, it's not as good as I remember.
No,
but it's okay. That was one of his first movies, and I was like, yeah, it's fine.
It's not a terrible movie. And
Vincent Price is in it.
Exactly. You can't go wrong
Anything
with
Vincent Price, I'll give a pass, no matter how bad it is.
Okay, back on track.
we might have to edit that out, but still
I like it.
conversation.
I'm going to keep that in.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went over that. So nothing else? Nothing else?
Say no more.
All right. Let's go for the usual then. What little thing would you change in this movie to make it better for you? This is purely opinion. It doesn't have to make it better for anybody else but you. What is that? I would have, personally with me, I said it before, and now I think I'd like that. Just save Deb's head shaving for the end of the movie after she comes to terms with what she did. I think that would make it a lot better. For her arc, at least. That would have actually shown, like, you could actually see a change and then represented with that, shaving off all that old stuff. Metaphor crap. And I would have liked her 10 times better. She had the biggest arc out of everyone. But even then, it was so shallow, it was barely a speed bump.
Show Joe beating the crap out of Lucas just to get that kind of just like a fuck you, Lucas.
And it should have been more, because you didn't see any blood or anything. It should have drawn blood and broke his arm, maybe cut off a finger, mob style, something. I changed my mind. I want Lucas to be publicly executed. No. Anything from you, Ange?
I mean, besides Deb wiping herself, that would have been a good ad. Maybe AJ doesn't have a magic shirt that disappears in the
better
close-ups and
reappears on other. Well, that's editing.
Strange.
What about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I really feel like they could have edited it better. There could have been less characters. There could have been less characters so we could focus on the important ones.
Take out Bertco and just make Mark a wanting guitarist, and then you make Bertco completely worthless. And Mark gets his own solo and gets some reward at the end by playing in a band.
Oh yeah, because Bertco was on guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the singer as well.
Yeah.
But then Renee could have just been like, we need a singer, Renee, just come up and do it. And completely eliminate
and then
Bertco.
somebody hands the guitar to Mark, and then he gets his whole thing. Bertco did not have to be in that movie whatsoever.
Mark should have gotten a girlfriend at the end.
Yeah.
That's what
Walt.
he really wanted.
Walt didn't need to be in that movie either.
Walt did not need to be in that movie.
No.
I didn't understand his purpose whatsoever.
He doesn't even work there, and Joe's just cool for him being in the back.
Yeah, he was selling. I thought he was selling records. Because he was going through there, what records do you have? And I thought that was a front for drug dealing, honestly, but that's not true.
He doesn't even work there.
I thought he
works
did.
at the pizza
He works at the
place.
pizza shop.
I thought he was. Then why is he in there adding
no
up
idea.
and helping customers with records?
That's the thing. Nobody understands what's
No wonder that place is going out of business.
Yeah, and I never understood. I was like, does Bertco work there? I never knew whether he worked there even.
I think he just lives in the Wood Place out back.
I didn't think he worked there. I just assumed that he was just around.
He's like a ghost. He doesn't have anything in this movie but to just walk around and just
It's
hold
really
a guitar.
strange. What an odd choice.
He's the ghost of Scott Weiland in this movie.
Warren is unnecessary.
Warren
I like the
is
chase
sort
sequence.
of yeah.
You could have cut him out, and I would have had no problem with this movie.
He doesn't advance the plot in any way.
He doesn't advance the plot.
Nobody does.
But he doesn't even give
then again,
character
nobody
development
does.
between people.
No.
He doesn't even do that.
He just makes everybody else look less shitty.
Maybe that's why they need him.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's an
We need to make
ass.
Lucas look a little bit better. Bring
like,
in
look-
Warren Beatty.
Look how polite Lucas is.
The actual movie star? No, we don't need to make him look like Jesus.
I love how his name. They just call him Warren, and he gets pissed off that
You're
everyone.
fucking Warren. Well, you didn't tell anybody your name, you dude.
What was it, Mike?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I think it was something.
Or Mitch or something? No,
No,
Mitch was
Mitch
someone else.
Mitch was the suit.
It was
Yeah,
like Mike or
the man.
The yuppie.
Let's call him Doug. Fuck it, we're calling him Doug.
Doug's a better yuppie name.
All right. Cell phones. If I had to watch this movie again in the coming week, I would use my cell phone to watch something else while this was in the background. How about... it's a guilty pleasure, but is it something you have to watch sparingly, once every year you bust it out?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's just like the Christmas Story where you only have it during Christmas and then nothing else, never show it again.
You watch it on Rex Manning Day.
Yeah, you watch it on Rex Manning Day.
That is our new that's our new holiday here at Somebody Told Me to Watch This. What day is it? It's tomorrow. Damn it.
No, I think it's April. Because people do. They're like, Happy Rex Manning Day. I never remember
We
what
need
it
a Rex
is.
Manning Day here.
Yes.
If we survive that long, Rex Manning Day.
I will wear a really ugly black turtleneck.
And I will wear a nice fuzzy half shirt.
And I will wear navy blue briefs.
In honor.
In honor.
Anything else from you two?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I am always on my cell phone when I watch anything. So, I have a poor attention span, but I would probably be watching to see if that dog shows up
Yeah.
at all.
Never.
The only reason why I would intently watch this is to watch everything in the background.
Yes.
It's like, what is everybody... Because there's a lot of times where you're looking at and there's somebody doing something weird and you're just like, well, what are they doing?
So you're saying the background is more intriguing than the actual
Probably.
main cast.
Probably.
Like that guy in the blue shirt that's excited for Rex Manning.
Yes.
And that, like, pirate shirt. He's like
just checking his hair and stuff.
Oh, yeah, he's dressed up as him with that, like, pompadour.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I think we need to end it on a pompadour.
Yes. Say no more.
Oh, yes. Pompadour. All right. If you liked us, you can follow us on Facebook at /STMTWT. You can follow us on Twitter at STMTWT Podcast. And if you want to email us with comments or requests, find us at stmtwt@gmail.com. Thank you. Take care.
But we mustn't dwell. No, not today. We can't. Not on Rex Manning Day.